This is absolutely the best. I hope you enjoy this. So yesterday there was a protest or a rally in Lower Manhattan near where presumably Donald Trump would be arrested and booked if indeed that happens. Right Side Broadcasting was covering it live. We covered it live, and it was just a complete and total mess. Barely anybody showed up. There seemed to be more media than there were actual protesters. It was wild. Right Side Broadcasting is doing interviews. And while Right Side Broadcasting is interviewing a young guy draped in some kind of flag wearing a red MAGA hat, Jason from The Good Liars, which is this satirical left-wing comedy duo. They've done really, really good stuff in the past. Slowly, Jason from The Good Liars, who if you're watching right now, you see is sort of like screen right, Jason drifts into the shot. And the kid who's being interviewed immediately recognizes Jason and says, "Oh, The Good Liars." The interviewer from Right Side Broadcasting apparently doesn't know what The Good Liars is, who they are, and doesn't recognize Jason. And Jason just brutally trolls. The protest was totally flaccid, and I know that technically the word is pronounced flaccid, but nobody says it that way, so I'm going to continue saying flaccid so people know. It was like a wet noodle protest. Totally pathetic. Jason slips in, and it's just, you have to see the execution here. Let's take a look.
Misdemeanors and change some misdemeanors to felonies, and is specifically prosecuting Donald Trump when he did very little wrong, if anything. He's prosecuting.
Look around the city right now. I mean, there's crime everywhere.
Hey, Good
right?
Liars, what's up?
So the kid immediately recognizes him and says, "Hey, The Good Liars, what's up?" And Jason just tries to shake his hand and keep going. The interviewer has no clue what's going on. And this is just so well done.
Hey, good to see you. There's crime everywhere. And I think like this is a political prosecution. It has to be, right? Like that's the only way it could be happening right now is if they're going after him politically. The only other option is that Donald Trump lost by 7 million votes and is a loser who can't deal with the fact that he lost the election because he based his whole personality on being a winner and calling people losers. So
you think his attitude, his approach, his personality is what
is what got us in this mess in the first place, potentially? Or I'm just going to choose to believe that the election was stolen and everything that he says.
The interviewer has no idea what's going on.
Because I kind of like based my whole personality on supporting Donald Trump, so I'm not going to maybe accept the offer.
You live in the city.
I live in the city, yeah.
So how's the city changed over the last couple of years here? I mean, I know crime, but I don't live here, so I can't judge whether or not it's gone up or down.
Yeah, the New York City, I think, is maybe 59th in crime right now. I think there's 4 cities in Indiana that have more crime statistically than New York.
And the kid next to Jason, who's really a MAGA guy, knows exactly what's going on, but he's allowing this to continue, which is just amazing.
York does, yeah, exactly. So I haven't really noticed a lot of crime, but I do see it on Fox News. They say it's much more dangerous now. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any more crime. So like maybe it might not be true, but I'm going to choose to believe that it is true because I did see that on Fox News.
Yeah, of course, because whatever you see on Fox News is true, right? Yeah. Well, and just like CNN and MSNBC, if you see it on cable news, it's got to be true.
Donald Trump said CNN and MSNBC are fake news.
Okay. That's right. We got to use the fake news. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So, and then just one more clip here, and this is just so brilliantly done. He's asked to weigh in about like the size of the rally, and he also slips in some good stuff here.
So, I mean, what's your take on this so far? I mean, there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of media. I would say just it's basically all media, and I guess there's is it Braxton? Braxton, and then I see another guy with the flag. It seems like there's about 10 Trump supporters here, but mostly the rest are media. Yeah.
Oh man, this is just absolutely fantastic. And the other really funny thing in general about this is that Trump sort of like asked supporters to be ready to protest or whatever the case may be. They're not seeming like that willing to do it, interestingly enough, except a few did go out front to Trump Tower. And I think it's quite literally 5 people and a woman blows a shofar. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 5 or 6 people, 2 holding Trump one signs and 1 woman blows a shofar. And that's what they were able to sort of coalesce at Trump Tower. This is starting to become surreal, as if it hasn't been surreal for the last 6 days. It is unbelievable what is going on here. And that's not even counting what Donald Trump Jr.'s last 24 hours look like. One of our sponsors is Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Don't you think it's time you stopped putting smoke and vape oils in your lungs? Zippix toothpicks are a convenient way to curb the nicotine cravings. Zippix toothpicks are super discreet. You can use them anytime, anywhere smoking and vaping aren't allowed, including flights, sporting events, in restaurants. They're available in 6 different flavors with options of 2 and 3 milligrams of nicotine. If you're not a nicotine user, Zippix also offers caffeine and B12 infused toothpicks. Zippix has already helped tens of thousands of customers ditch the cigarettes, ditch the vapes. They might be able to help you too. If you're a smoker or a vapor, give Zippix toothpicks a try. Your lungs will thank you. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.